What if I told you that a successful 57-year-old founder quit the grind forever after hitting only halfway to his $10 million dream? His advisor confirmed, "You can retire comfortably right now. 5 more years of hustle." Still no private jet. So he walked away and never looked back. Hi, I'm Ted. Today, I'm diving into the Wealth Dynamics report that explains why this makes perfect sense. The mind-blowing part. When net worth skyrockets from $5 million to $50 million monthly spending barely moves an inch, you'll probably never need more than $5 million. Stick around. I'm about to show you exactly why. Ted again, and welcome back. If you've ever scrolled through financial independence forums or YouTube comments, you've probably seen the same fear repeated over and over. You can't retire unless you have at least $10 million, especially in a high cost of living area. That belief has a name in my mind, the $10 million trap. It's the idea that true freedom requires an enormous number one that keeps pushing your retirement date further and further away. But here's the thing. I recently dug into the Wealth Dynamics report, a survey of about 150 business owners and founders who've built serious wealth and actively manage it. The sample is small, so we can't call it universal, but the patterns are eye-opening. Even among people with net worths ranging from $1 million to $50 million, and beyond, their actual monthly spending doesn't keep climbing forever. It levels off surprisingly early. That's why today I want to flip the script. Instead of asking, how much do I need to feel safe? We're going to start with real-world spending data from high-net-worth households and work backward to figure out what portfolio size actually supports the life you want. If even the people who've made it aren't spending cartoonish amounts, maybe the number you're chasing is bigger than necessary. If this resonates, hit that like button. It helps more people see this perspective, and let's keep going. Let's get straight to the numbers from the Wealth Dynamics report, because this is where the illusion starts to crack. The median monthly spending, or what they call burn for these high net worth founders, looks like this: under $1 million net worth, about $9,500 a month. Move up to $1 to $5 million, or $5 to $10 million, it rises to roughly $15,000 a month. Then, even at $10 to $20 million, or $20 to $50 million net worth, the median burn sits around $25,000 a month. Notice something: spending increases, but not dramatically. It plateaus. These are people with take-home incomes, often between $325,000 and $350,000 a year, yet they're not suddenly spending 6 figures every month. They buy the house they want, furnish it, take the vacations they dreamed of, upgrade their cars or hobbies, and then, that's it. The upgrades stop mattering as much. Now, let's run 2 real-world retirement scenarios to see what portfolio actually supports these lifestyles. First, the aggressive $125,000 a month spending, or $300,000 a year after taxes. Assuming a 35% effective tax rate, reasonable at this level with a mix of account types, you need about $460,000 gross income. Social Security for a couple at full retirement age gives $72,000 a year, $4,000 plus $2,000 monthly. So the portfolio must cover the remaining $388,000. Using a conservative 4.7% withdrawal rate that requires roughly $8.3 million. That's the ceiling, the absolute upper limit for a very comfortable life. Now, the more typical high-end case, $15,000 a month or $180,000 after taxes. At a 30% tax rate, gross income needed is about $260,000. Social Security covers $72,000, leaving $188,000 from the portfolio. At 4.7%, you need only around $4 million. But what if you want to retire 10 years early, say at 55 or 57, before Social Security kicks in? You build a bridge bucket at a higher 9% withdrawal rate for those first 10 years, $9 million, then a later life bucket that compounds at 5 to 7% to reach $3.1 million when benefits start about $1.6 to $1.9 million today. Total, roughly $4.5 to $5 million. The The math shows Social Security acts like a massive stabilizer, and spending naturally declines 1% per year in later decades. So even the loftiest realistic lifestyle rarely demands more than $5 million. If you're chasing higher, ask yourself, what exactly are you buying with the extra? Here's the real question. Why do so many of us get trapped chasing that $10 million number, even when the data shows we don't need it? It starts with fear. The fear of running out in a high-cost world. The fear of missing out on a better life. The fear amplified by endless comment sections screaming $10 million is the bare minimum. That fear isn't just personal, it's manufactured. Think about the system feeding it. Financial influencers, advisors, pushing aggressive goals, and the whole FIRE community sometimes reward bigger numbers because bigger numbers get more clicks, more clients, more prestige. The narrative sells the idea of an endless ladder climb. Higher, get safer, get freer. But it's more like an invisible escalator that never stops. You keep moving up, spending energy and years only to realize the view from floor 5 is almost the same as floor 15. Maybe a slightly nicer view, but the same sunset. The 57-year-old founder in that workshop felt this exactly. He wasn't greedy. He was exhausted. When his advisor laid out the math, "You're already enough," the fear lifted. He chose peace over prestige. That shift happens when you stop letting external voices define enough and start asking yourself, what would an extra million really change tomorrow? For most people, the honest answer is not much. The system profits when you believe it does. Break the cycle by defining enough on your own terms. So how do you actually break free from the $10 million trap? I have 3 practical steps that anyone can start today. Step 1. Grab a piece of paper and write your absolute loftiest ideal monthly spending, not your average, the highest you could ever dream of enjoying. Let's say $15,000 a month. Work backward exactly like we did after taxes, Social Security, and a safe 7% withdrawal. You'll see you only need around $4 million. Most people finish this exercise and feel immediate relief. Step 2. Build a simple 2-bucket plan. Bucket 1 is your 10-year early retirement bridge, $2.9 million at a temporary 9% withdrawal to carry you until Social Security starts. Bucket 2 is the later life portfolio, only $1.6 to $1. $9 million today that grows at 5 to 7% to become $3.1 million when benefits kick in. Total about $5 million en max. Social Security does the heavy lifting after that, and your spending can gently decline 1% each year without any lifestyle cut. Step 3. Run the enough test. Every time you feel the urge to chase more, ask yourself honestly, if I had $1 extra million tomorrow, how would tomorrow actually look different? If the answer is not much, you already know you're past the point of need. Remember, these are just clear examples based on real data, not personalized financial advice. Every situation is different, so run your own numbers and talk to your own advisor. The goal is freedom, not perfection. So here's the bottom line. Chasing $10 million or more might feel necessary, but the data proves most people will live their dream life with far less. The founder who walked away at halfway didn't lose anything. He gained years of peace. You can do the same. Write your loftiest spending, run the backward math, and you'll likely land right around $5 million or below. That's not settling. It's smart. That's freedom. If today's numbers made you breathe a little easier, smash that like button. Drop your own loftiest monthly spending number in the comments. I read every single one. And if you want more simple math that turns big fears into small, achievable goals, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Next week, we'll tackle how to build that exact bridge bucket without stress. See you there.